and we're together with all kinds of fancy podcasting equipment that my wife found on Temu.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one today, guys.
I think she deserves a round of applause.
Oh, wrong one. All right, so topic of today: the silver market just broke. Period. It just broke. What do you think about that, Harry?
Well, it was great because today 4 people called me wondering the best way to grab a hold of some silver because what do we do? What do we do?
Hold on.
Here it is.
Hold on.
How about now?
How's that? Yeah, that's better.
No, 3 people called me today because of what they're seeing. Silver has gone just through the roof, but it didn't stop it.
Right.
But why is it broken? What broke?
Right. So, for decades, the global silver market operates on a very simple assumption. Nobody would actually demand delivery of the silver they owned on paper. Contracts would be rolled, positions would be settled in cash, and the physical metal would stay quietly in vaults. The assumption was collapsed. And then, in the first 7 days of January, something happened that should have set off alarms across the entire financial system. Do you know what that was, Heath?
I do, but I want to hear you tell me.
33.45 million ounces of physical silver were withdrawn from COMEX for delivery.
What that means is they didn't trust it anymore. All these paper sales and everything and what they had going on, they wanted to have that product in their hand because they knew something fishy was going on. And guess what? Something fishy was going on. That means that if they don't come up with that silver, it's just more of a deficit that the price of silver has to overcome, right?
Right. I mean, that's 26% of COMEX's registered inventory gone in a single week. I mean, that's pretty crazy. It wasn't traded, not transferred on paper. They were physically removed. Just let that sink in for a little bit.
Well, it doesn't even. I just don't see how it got by as long as it did. I mean, really. I guess it's complacency, maybe, or trust. People have trust in a system that I think you were saying the other day, like comparing all the movies, like the Hunger Games. We went, you cheered on for the resistance. All these movies where you see the obvious bad guy. Man, I just don't see how people haven't opened their eyes sooner.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, wow. Traders were holding March future contracts and weren't waiting for March. They were paying premiums to roll their contracts backward from March to January, demanding immediate delivery weeks early.
I wonder why it keeps making a crazy
I don't know
noise.
why it's doing that.
We're gonna figure all this out. In the meantime, y'all are awesome. Thanks for having patience with us.
Yeah. So they didn't want paper. They didn't want promises. They wanted the silver in hand, right? And the China problem nobody's talking about. Now, here's the part where most people completely miss when they look at silver prices. On January 1st, 2026, Beijing implemented export controls that fundamentally changed the global silver market. This wasn't a tweak. This wasn't regulatory housekeeping. China reclassified silver as a strategic metal. Sorry, strategic material, not a strategic metal. Technically, it is, but
Same thing.
Strategic material, right? Placing it in the same category as rare earth elements. That is a massive, massive shift with the silver market.
What is that? That just goes to tell you that silver is the new gold, baby.
That's what I heard. Woo!
I mean, it literally.
We got to get that button set up. So, I mean, that's pretty crazy. It's being classified as the same category as the most rare elements on the earth, right? That's huge for silver. That means people are thinking silver might stop at 117. It's not going to whatsoever. It has so much room to grow. People just don't realize it yet, you know?
Right, and that's what people have been saying forever. You know, they refer to when in the '80s when it jumped up to like $80 or $40 or something real quick, and then uh oh, it did again, and then drop back down. You know, and that was a manipulation of the market, just like what those paper sales were doing. And so when people are like, "Oh man, it'll happen again," it's absolutely not going to happen again this time. There's no stopping it whatsoever. I hope that we sound better right now.
Is that a little better? Hope so.
Can I get an amen?
Amen. All right. So, why is it doing that?
We played with this thing for like 10 minutes,
Well,
had no issues.
obviously it wasn't long enough. Maybe we should just not do live ones anymore. Start doing a podcast and then posting it. Let's see what y'all think about that.
Who said so?
Just sounds like a fart every 6 seconds. Yeah. Hold on. Where's the laughter one?
Who said that?
So only 44 companies. So sorry, that's a massive shift. In this point forward, exporting silver from China requires government licenses. You have to have a government license to export silver from China. Only 44 companies qualified. To even be eligible, firms must have annual refining capacity above 80 tons and maintain credit lines exceeding 30 million. Why does this matter? Well, because China controls roughly 60 to 70% of global refined silver exports.
That's a lot. And that's huge. If they're the only ones in control of it and they get to say who buys it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the world's dominant refining hub just effectively ring fenced its silver supply for domestic use, you know? And it's not theoretical. It is not just some political noise. You know, this is physical metal being locked behind borders that nobody's allowed to get into except those 44 companies that were allowed.
And I wonder how they select those, right?
Yeah.
The good old boy system.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I trust you. Um, the physical versus the paper split. So we're gonna talk about this a little bit. Here's where things get a little uncomfortable. In Shanghai, physical silver is trading at about 12 to 13% premiums over Western paper prices. In Dubai, which we're in Dubai, by the way, in case you're wondering. Oh, that's good. In Dubai, premiums have reached 40%. In Japan, secondary market premiums have hit 60%. Now, let's compare that to what's happening to COMEX, right? The paper to physical ratio currently sits at 356 to 1. I mean, that means for every 1 ounce of deliverable silver, there are 356 ounces of paper claims for 1 ounce.
Crazy.
The system worked because nobody ever called the bluff, right? But now they're calling it. And when too many people ask for delivery at the same time, paper markets don't stretch, they snap. Period. Hold on.
Wait.
Maybe it's a YouTube thing.
Oh, what do we got here? Sorry, guys.
The supply deficit reality, right? So let's discuss this a little bit. Silver is tight right now. It's been a structural deficit for 5 consecutive years. From 2021 through 2025, cumulative shortfalls total roughly 820 million ounces
That's
in the
insane.
past 5 years.
That is insane.
I mean, that's nearly an entire year of global mine production already gone. And here's the part Wall Street doesn't like to talk about. Mine production peaked in 2016, and about 71% of silver is produced as a byproduct of mining other metals such as gold, copper, lead, zinc. That means silver supply isn't driven by silver prices. Even if silver prices doubled, miners can easily ramp production.
Can't.
I'm sorry, can't
Right.
easily ramp production. Their economics are dictated by base metals, not silver. And this is not a market that can respond quickly to higher prices
Not at all.
whatsoever.
No.
So, I mean, that's pretty crazy to me that in 2016, that was the last time that they were really specifically mining for silver.
I wonder what the correlation to that is. What went down in 2016, right? They probably had to hurry up and stock the COMEX back up or something,
Yeah,
because
right.
they'd already ripped people off more than. Anyway, you never know.
I mean, I think it's fairly crazy that um
It's you. Yeah, you have a plate in your head or your leg or
I do have one actually right
something.
here.
See,
Got I got a piece of metal in my knee, so it's my fault, guys. Sorry. But I mean, people aren't even looking for silver because they know it's hard to find. It's so hard to find. More hard to find according to this than gold. So, that begs the question. Hmm, is silver the new gold, Heath?
it sounds like it to me. More and more every day. I'm
Yeah.
not even kidding. Every day.
Man, it is crazy. I mean, let's just, give it a cheer, Silver is the new gold. Silver's the new gold, right? Why is that good? Because it's still so undervalued. So undervalued. Right now, it is. What is it? It's on clearance, right?
It's clearance prices right now.
Absolutely.
I mean,
If
once it reaches 1,000, and you look back to this day, you're like, oh my goodness, why didn't I grab as much as I possibly could?
I look back to last year and think that, man.
It's true. I mean, and when uh, the system that we're working with opened up, they were $17 an eagle. $17. Oh my goodness.
I mean, the one thing that people don't realize, people always look at silver like, man, yeah, it's worth a lot of money because it's monetary value, right? But unlike gold, silver is not just a monetary value. Industrial demand now accounts for 59% of total silver consumption. That means you got silver, you got to have it for solar panels, electric vehicles, AI data centers, semiconductors, and tons of more stuff that we need today. So, silver is not just of monetary value such as gold, it also has an industrial value where gold does not serve a purpose in.
Right. Yeah. Uh, 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 and it is a healer, even. You know what I mean? I mean, not that that's driving the price, but everything about silver is just where I want to be. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Have you ever had colloidal silver?
I've had IV7.
Don't take too much because you could turn blue. All right.
Factories, they don't stop production because silver gets expensive, period. That's one thing that they're gonna have to have, no matter what. They haven't found anything else that they can replace it with, or they would have.
They try,
They
but they
try,
can't.
but they can't. Absolutely.
And it's because God ordained it.
Exactly. And they pay whatever it takes to keep the assembly lines moving. So as long as we have AI, as long as we have solar panels, as long as we have all the technology that we are using all the time, silver and gold will never go down, especially silver, because we have to have it for all of the stuff we use on a daily basis for our society, which is fall.
Yeah, completely. Uh, do you guys like your gadgets and your electric cars and your bitcoins?
Yeah. I mean, silver has entered a state of backwardation, and that means spot prices are higher than future prices. In plain English, buyers want silver now, not later. Backwardation is rare in precious metals, and when it shows up, it matters. The last time silver experienced this kind of sustained backwardation was right before 2011 spike to $49. History doesn't repeat perfectly, but it rhymes loudly. So that being said, the gold to silver ratio now, like in recent years, it was over 100 to 1. Today, it's around 50 to 1. And in history, it shows it to be 15 to 20 ish to 1. So if gold,
Let me see.
I
What's it gold at today?
think it's at 4,600 or something.
No.
No, 5,600.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was like, I don't know, a month ago.
Divided by 16. That puts silver automatically just at 350 an ounce.
Yeah.
If it's 15 to 1
Yep.
today.
And that's just off of gold not going up, which if you've been paying attention,
It's doing the same thing.
dude, it's been taken off, right? People, you can't sleep on either one of them. I prefer silver because I think it's the new gold.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 1 for 1. 15 to 1, I think, is off because we need silver significantly more than we need gold. So there's a lot more growth that I believe is there.
Makes sense. It really does.
And let's just, physical silver instead of the paper stuff, there's no counterparty risk at all. You don't have to worry about that 365 pieces of paper for 1 ounce of silver situation. You hold the actual silver in your hand, you don't have to worry about it.
Right. No
That's
scam.
that's why we don't do that paper junk. We help people get actual gold and silver.
That's right.
So that's why it's super important. We want everyone to have gold and silver, and we want them to be educated on why they need it. And we also want people to understand people are so scared silver's going to drop. It can't. It physically cannot drop. It's not a stock. It's not a bond. It's not a trade. It's not a crypto. It is a industrial metal and a monetary metal. And at the industrial metal, we need significantly more than the monetary value. So they're predicting by 2030 for us to only be able to supply 60% of the silver needed for industrial use. I mean, in the past 5 years, we're already been behind.
Right.
So I think that's probably flawed itself. It's
It's
it's not even going to make it till 2030
you
before
can't
we can't
even
even make what we need anymore.
exactly. I like what Austin just said. Get yourself a gold and silver account. Don't play around anymore, guys. If you don't know what it's about, reach out to us and let us know because it has changed the whole system. Gold and silver used to be archaic, and it was on purpose. They didn't want us to own it. And when I say they, I mean the elite, the rich, whatever. If they know that gold and silver's freedom, it is. And when we have that kind of freedom, they don't have the control that they had before. And
Absolutely.
power is in the people, and when we are
Power to the people.
informed. Well, I mean, that's it, though. I mean, it's supposed to be. We've had the whole system flipped upside down, with the triangle, with the elite on top and us on the bottom. That's not how it's supposed to be.
No.
And when we have the freedom with gold and silver, that triangle flips upside down, and they have to listen. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, it's just like that. What you brought up earlier. You can either choose to be use the same mindset you do when you watch Hunger Games. You recognize that, hey, I side with the rebel, the it wasn't
viva la
rebels,
resistance.
the resistance, right? They side with the resistance when you watch Hunger Games. You side the resistance when you're watching Star Wars. You side with the resistance when you're watching Divergent. You always when you're watching these movies, it's very easy for you to see, oh, they're just they're just trying to take advantage of everybody else. They don't actually care about anyone. They're the bad guy, right? And I'm not saying that our government is entirely bad by any means. I obviously I work for the government, so I can't say that. But
We got one good one, at
but
least.
but we have to realize that silver and gold is a way to kind of give Uncle Sam a kick in the teeth per se, as far as the taxes and stuff go, and as far as you're not putting into the economy for it to grow, you're putting it into your family for it to grow, for your wealth to grow. Instead of folk that I mean that's how I mean I love Trump. That's how he became how he is, by being financially literate and understanding that you do not have to pay all the taxes that you pay. You just got to find the loopholes to get out of them. Silver and gold is one of those loopholes, right? So you gotta recognize who's in charge and who you want to be in charge. So just give that some food for thought. Realize that silver's not going to drop, gold's not going to drop. They physically, especially silver. I can 100% tell you, silver cannot drop. It's not possible at all until they can find another metal to supplement silver, which they've been trying. They've even tried to make junk,
Yeah.
and they can't. It is the only thing they can use for these products to be able to push it out for AI, EVs, for solar panels, stuff that they're making right now. They have to have silver for that. So I can, without a shadow of a doubt, tell you silver's not going to drop,
No, it
and it
can't.
has a lot of room to grow. It has nowhere to go but up.
That's it. Sky's the limit for sure.
It's like you ever watch Willy Wonka, like Charlie Factory? You remember when they got
The
the
elevator.
elevator to get the button? It's the up and out. That's what silver's doing. It's doing the up and out.
That's right. Go on a wild ride. We are. I told somebody yesterday. I was like, man, I'm not. He said, oh yeah. I called him up, and I reminded him the last time I talked to him, gold was undercalled him, and he's like, oh man, you were trying to get me to buy some. I was like, no, no, not really. I was just letting you know that the train's taken off, and I'm the conductor saying all aboard. You know what I mean? Like, you want to buy some or not, that's cool. But the system that we're using is the only way to do it right now, and stay on top. So you got a link in the description.
I will be. I'll put one in. So yeah, we're gonna hop on Facebook real quick because we've had what 46,000 views in the past month. Like woo!
Thank y'all.
So we're gonna hop over there. But thank you everybody for hopping on, and whoever's watching this later, thank you for watching. If like always, like, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions, reach out to me or Heath. My number is 901-403-2293. And Heath, do you want to give your number or not?
Yeah, I'm 870-447-5018. I'm in the Ozarks of Arkansas. And yes, thank you for all those wonderful comments that keep driving that whatever.
That whatever, yeah.
I don't
So
know how it's all working.
thank you guys. We're gonna hop over to Facebook, and God bless every one of you, and
Yes.
get you some gold and silver accounts.
Amen. Peace.